So Nix is one of the few legends in the game where I really feel like you can play a variety of stances, and none of them are really bad, but I do think one of them is just clear-cut above the rest, and to me, that is going to be the speed stance, because that's taking away a dex, which losing it on guns and Scythe, you know, going from 5 to 4 is not really that meaningful. Nix, I would say, is one of the tougher legends in the game to play, but having this 7 speed is honestly, you know, it's really nice because it just allows for that extra movement, right? Able to catch your opponents easier, weave in and out, maybe a little better. But, okay, no, before we go on, guys, I gotta ask, dude, what do you guys give the drip? 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10. That's what I want the comments to be about, the drip setup. I feel like Nix you can make pretty crazy, but personally, I mean, I'm a Spectre Knight fan. I remember playing the Spectre Knight DLC for Shovel Knight, actually, and gotta say, it was a good time. Probably my favorite out of all of them. The gameplay of it was just really well done, and it's super fitting that they gave it to Nix in game. I actually think they're in Brawlhalla. I think that what they did with the Shovel Knight crossover, being one of the first things they got in Brawlhalla as far as crossovers are concerned, is really good. I remember when it came out and everyone was freaking out about how broken like Shovel Knight was, and I gotta say, yeah, we've come a long way in that regard. Like, no one's talking about that now. Nowadays it's like Snake Eyes, Stevani, who else? There's got to be at least one other. All right, this guy's also dead, but I figured I'd try for some overkill. Also, I don't know if I didn't have the extra speed, the 7 speed, if I would have made it back there, so that's kind of nice. All right, let's see what we can do with this dude. I think the this crossover in general, though, is really good, but it's not like... Okay, when I say good, I mean aesthetically. I don't mean like in a broken manner. I feel like this is one of the few crossovers where they got it right. Like, nothing feels overbearing. It has a cool new design. It's more fitting to the character from the game it came from. And a lot of that has to do with just Nix in general being just, you know, I guess like some undead like timekeeper. I don't know, they got that little sand thing that keeps time, right? So it's already fitting for Spectre Knight, but then they just gave a color swap to some like little skeleton guys and they're good to go. Now the big question, would I ever play this character? I would say it would have to really depend on guns. I think right now my Scythe is, at least in Omen, it was my best weapon. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever really play Nix. Like, guns would have to be undeniable. My Scythe would still have to be my best weapon. It would just, everything would have to make sense for me to play this character, right? This character does have the SIGs, does have the stats, but also, you know, as long as Mordex is Mordex, and the stats of Mordex will never change, having that high-strength Scythe and having the gauntlets to back it up with such an amazing signature kit. Not saying that Nix doesn't have an amazing signature kit, but it's just, I don't know, when it comes to Scythe, it's really hard to beat Mordex. But with that being said, this character's no joke. I think when it comes to the Scythe kit, I can understand why some people may even prefer this over Mordex, just because it's like, dude, I mean, the stuff you can do, like the angles you can get, like with, well, I'm gonna say that, but that's like a really big hitbox. I remember they had to make that like smaller, or they had to make this shorter. They like really changed like side sig as far as like length and stuff. But yeah, then you got literally this straight up sniper shot. I mean, that, okay, that I could not have given a better example there for that sig. This guy's just wanting to spam on edge, isn't he? Oh, well, and I was right. But yeah, I mean, Scythe kit's insane. With that being said, every Scythe character, I feel like, has something that's just kind of bananas. Even, okay, well, I was gonna say even Jiro, but Jiro does have, like, the combo, I guess, that you can get with higher deck Scythe. Volkov's got, like, some really good signatures. Mirage, same with Mirage, extremely good signatures, solid stats. Oh, that was actually a solid dodge by this guy. Okay. Are we gonna get another 3-stock? I actually don't remember if I 3-stocked the last guy. I feel like I didn't, but... What? Dude, what are they doing? Okay, they're gonna jump. Okay, well... That was all just planned anyways. They were dead, right? It didn't matter. So, like, I definitely did not mess up there at all. Funny how we were talking about some just bonker signatures on Nix, because Cross also, no joke. I think Boomy is going to be playing cross with Snowy, and they're going to be running like Rayman cross, possibly. That like, because they're teaming, right? That sounds so disgusting, dude. Cross is a criminal, no pun intended, when it comes to the like the signatures. Like the character's so, dude, the character's legit just ugly when it comes to the signatures. Like what he can do with the N-Sig, I get it being like higher force, but just not even the N-Sig, like the whole signature kit in general that he has just hits really hard. I shouldn't, yeah, overall it hits pretty hard, but the side sig on gauntlets and then the N-Sig on gauntlets are just both ridiculous. And when you add that in 2v2s, it really is insane, because in 2s it's like you have those team combos and stuff, and then like your teammate can just set up with you know, a little 2-hit combo, and if they're an orange, they are going to die unless they are just 9 defense. And the only character that can do that is, well, naturally, we'll call it, or like with base stats, it would be what's that name? Magyar. But other than that, you know, it's gonna be tough living against those signatures for sure. Oh, and there we go. That signature, I feel like, I mean, this signature is insane. I feel like what you can do with it is really, really crazy. It's got to be one of the best blaster N-Sigs in the game. I don't know what I'm exactly forgetting. Lucian doesn't have a strong one. Cassidy's is really, really good. Cross has a pretty solid one as well, but I think Nix might take it home there. I mean, Lord Vrax as well even has like a solid one. Raza is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many good signatures. It's just hard to keep track. But I just know Cross in particular is a menace to society, is what we'll call him. And I gotta remind everyone that this character that I'm playing is also 4 strength, and the signature strength does not really make sense. I think some of it has to do with angles and the type of signature it is. For example, that N-Sig on guns being like a spiking move. Like the fixed force is already insane, and then you add a little damage, and they're just gonna basically be dead in like yellow if you can catch them. Which I was thinking this earlier, but it kind of brought the idea back up in my mind to talk about it. Nix reminds me of Koji. Koji's a character that doesn't really have super high strength, but then the signatures, at least most of them, hit so hard, it does not, dude, it does not, like, it doesn't really add up. I don't know how that character has like a bow N-Sig and bow side sig, even a sword side. The sword side sig doesn't hit as hard, but like the bow N-Sig and the bow side sig both hit so hard, and I don't even like, maybe I'm just salty still, because in BCX that kind of like ruined Cody and I's run winner side when Scythe caught him in, like, I guess he was pretty red, but on Great Hall, a map that's supposed to be really, really big, he ended up getting caught by a D-Light N-Sig on, or I think it was just not even D-Light N-Sig, just a straight up N-Sig on Koji, and it absolutely like ruined him. And then I had to end up fighting Santi in the 1v1 on Koji, which, you know, in the past, it's all good now. Definitely not thinking about that every night before I go to sleep. But yeah, both of these characters, or both of those characters, Koji, Nix, like, yeah, the lower strength, medium strength, but the signatures just do not compute with that. So I think that's something in general, like kind of expanding from that point. You can't really judge a book by its cover. That is more than applicable to like stuff beyond Brawl, but with that being said, in this case, yeah, I mean, when you're looking at signatures, it's just like, okay, well, you know, even Lucian for a time being, it was like, yeah, the character has 3 strength, but it doesn't matter because the signatures that the character has hit so freaking hard, it makes up for it in like leaps and bounds, and it does not matter. All right, and I meant to do another N-Sig. I don't know, you know what, it's because I used my chase dodge, actually. I stand corrected. I was gonna say I don't know why, but I definitely know why. So yeah, I'm learning. I'm not a complete brick when it comes to stuff like that. All right, I don't know if we're gonna hit a clip at all, but I feel like the impromptu clips are something I could really work on. I don't know. I could always like throw them into the wall, I guess. Bruh. Oh, not yet. All right, and that's where the low strength kind of hurts a little bit, but there we go. All right, you know what? I'm gonna call it there. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know who you want to see next in the Max Potential series, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.